So, one of my favorite parts about Undead Unluck is that there's a lot of mysteries within the series. Whether it be what the artifacts are, or what the point system truly entails, or what the heck is the round table and the whole cycle of loops. There's a lot of things which I need to discuss, and we all like to discuss within Undead Unluck. And today I want to talk about a theory, or at least my thoughts about a big question within the series, and that's why. Why does God play this game with negators? Why does the God create negators? Why are there Umas on the earth? And why does God create this whole system, which I call a game, where individuals are tasked with defeating him by, theoretically, his own means, his gifts as the negator abilities, his creation of these beautiful artifacts which are used as weapons to defeat him. These are all questions which I'm looking to not as much answer as just give my thoughts on how it could all come about. So, let's get into it. So, God is obviously upset at the earth. Kami is not appreciative of the fact that individuals within the world of Undead Unluck are presumably just behaving the way they are, acting as human beings do. If this world within Undead is any similar to the one that we are currently in, it's in dire straits. I know I haven't said that in a minute, but seriously, the world of Undead Unluck, if any similar to ours, would be in a crappier state than usual. There's a lot of crime, there's a lot of bad stuff. There's just a lot of dumb things that happen within the world of our own that if it's occurring within Undead Unluck's world, it would be easy to say that God would be a bit upset. And due to God being upset and due to people within the earth taking for granted what God has afforded them, I believe that God has created a sort of a game. But it's just not that God's upset with humanity. I believe God is also jealous of humanity. God is jealous that people take for granted certain aspects or certain qualities of living or certain traits that human beings live with, and they either question them, they either fully don't use these gifts or talents which they are afforded over the rest of humanity. And due to their either questioning, due to their refusal to use, or just in general taking their abilities for granted, these traits for granted, God has handed some folks these negator abilities. And as I continue to try to explain this to you, I think the easiest way to talk about it is through actually the abilities. So, presumably, God, the all-knowing, the all-benevolent, the all-powerful, this man is the individual who creates reality for us. And whether he has his full grasp, like he's molding the clay of reality, or if he just directs it in a sort of way where it's supposed to go, is up to interpretation. However, we do know that God is the individual who really has all power, who has to be moving at all times, doing everything, and all of his traits, they don't really coincide with this human creation which he has created in us. And abilities such as unluck, a trait which God may be jealous of. Humans have the possibility to become lucky. They have the ability to strike rich, or they have the ability to find the next new cure to cancer, yada yada yada. They can strike lucky, and they can also be unlucky as well. However, no matter what sense of each way it's going, luck, whether it be going in the positive or negative direction, God is not somebody who that sort of trait is attributed to. He creates reality, and he is not appreciative of the fact that human beings in this world take that reality and take those traits such as luck for granted. And it goes deeper. Undead. God, presumably, is jealous that human beings get to die. And I know that sounds crazy. However, think of being this all-powerful, all-benevolent, all yada 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 person and not being able to, as Andy did, fully live out relationships, fully experience life in its total sense. Be able to, go from I'm a youngin' to I'm an old person. That experience is probably something that he is a bit jealous of humanity, to see the full cycle of life happen and people enjoy the highs, the lows, the amazing moments. Like it's something which God could presumably be very upset about seeing folks do. Unsleep. We saw Ichiko Nemuri very recently, and similar to the rest of them, God probably don't sleep. You know, God is somebody who, if he is the all-powerful, presumably he doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to sleep, he doesn't need to rest, he doesn't need any of that stuff. He just always get going. And if I'm God, that might be something I'm a little bit jealous of, you know? The fact that people, 8 hours of the day for some, less for some, more for some of y'all lazy folks out there, they just get to rest. Their body needs that. God might be like, dang, wish my body needed some rest too, because I'm bored. That's why this God's doing this. He's just jealous and bored of humanity. One more for you though, maybe two. Who freaking knows? This is actually probably the most interesting one, I believe. Unknown. Unknown. Unknown is an individual who has an ability which makes him unknown to anybody. Nobody can see or perceive unknown. The only way he was able to overcome that was using the Soul Calibur to create a complete manifestation of himself, which was still not unknown. You saw at the end, Andy was shout out as you from me, but Andy was in fist bumping with presumably the unknown, which is visibly still there in this presence, because you know you can't perceive him. And you know who literally is just like that? God. No matter what, we as human beings don't get to interact with God. And it's similar in that world. The only time human beings interact with God, I'm not talking about seeing God, because we've seen Fuko or other people who are able to touch artifacts to, you know, receive those same memories of way back when. But the only way to fully interact with God, you know, touch brother, is to die. I guess. Maybe still. But God is unknown to humanity. And God's probably a bit upset about that. He's like, I literally create reality for these folks. That is stupid. Like, they should see me. They should know me. So, bro, unknown. He is jealous of humanity for taking for granted traits which they are afforded and things that he is not afforded. Because even though God is this all-powerful individual, he is this all-knowing individual, he is literally the creator of reality, he still doesn't get it all. Everybody's jealous of something. Rich people make all the money in the world and still say that they don't feel like that they're, you know, they have a full sense of themselves, like they're fully happy with everything they have. Like, that's just reality. You could never, ever, ever have anything, especially if you're looking for certain ways to make yourself feel full or have a sense of self. Like, you'll never be able to complete yourself if you're just searching for these, technically, I guess to say, fake sense of emotions or sense of reality. But I hope I voiced this well. I have no idea. I really don't know if I did. I hope you guys understand. Basically, the gist of it all is that individuals within the world of Undead Unluck get their powers because God is jealous of everybody. And God is bored of the world which he's created, basically. He said that if I'm just sitting up here doing nothing, just letting human beings run around and take what I've made for them for granted, that I'm a bit jealous about, I might as well create a game around it. And you guys might as well have to beat me to get over this game. And whoever is the best creation, whether it be me or y'all, somebody's gonna have to come out on top. But I don't know. I'll see y'all folks.